can't go through all of this again. If you care to read it, you can. I'll show The Hustler, because I did a book in Marietta, 75 to April Fool's Day of 80, when they tried to kill me. It was about Larry McDonald. He was one of the cases, a U.S. congressman, doctor from Piedmont Hospital, where some of the cases, Jean Srokerman, that my attorney gave me, she was gunned down. She was suing her psychiatrist. She went to work at Piedmont Hospital, and she had my attorney, and he gave me the deposition. And she was gunned down Christmas Eve of 76, I believe, or 77, and while working for psychiatrist Hardiman, Piedmont Hospital, where Larry McDonald worked, and Warren and Rosina Matthews were gunned down, and one of the people they even told in Cobb County Court, Buddy Darden did, I believe it was Buddy or Tom Sharon, that she was hypnotized. So anyway, this is Larry Flint here, and he said I'd never met him. I knew that he'd been shot, and it was done in patterns. So in '83, when Larry McDonald, congressman, doctor, I wrote about, the plane went down, was shot down by the Soviets. He flies me out there and helps me in the campaign. So I'm going to go from there. It involves me telling about mind control, murders, and doctors, and then finding out about me being kidnapped. And I've just put on here the letters, derogatory, that had been told about me in the paper. It's unreal, and can't get an attorney. So you have rights as long as you can get them enforced. Okay. Okay. Now I've put down, when I could get a place, HUD, you have to sign a lease, and low income. And the first one was Edinburgh, as in Edinburgh, Scotland, or the Queen of England lives at Edinburgh Castle. So you've got crypt words. Okay, now then the next one was Richfield, which the name of that doesn't mean that much in it, but they use the chemicals there. And really, that was a really pretty place, and I hated to leave. But anyway, now then, I keep saying anyway, the next one was Joseph's Dream in Bedford, and Reverend Moore from North Carolina, Washington, North Carolina, owned a whole bunch of those. So you get into, they're federally funded, and they're in, nobody had to be compromised in this. It's appalling that you can get so many people to break the law when they think they won't have to pay for it. So anyway, I'm going to go to this one. I just got it back, and it shocked me because I really needed it. I was put in a place where I'd literally been beat up, my shoulder dislocated. It's how I was beat up back in the summer. Anyway, I don't know if it's dislocated. I got a rotary problem with it, and it hurts like heck. Anyway, I went over to Scott Hill. It's in Covington, which I thought was pretty. Okay, nothing against Covington, the view and all that. But anyway, I went over there to Scott Hill, and Scott's my son's name. One of them, and Mark is my other son's. And the only one that I'm going to take the time, because I'm just using a video trying to give background on it. And that's really what's involved in all this, is the background in it. But Mark and Scott's names are my sons, and they were used in some of the murders, their names. And I showed this in the past, Mark and Scott, the pictures of them with me. And then I showed the Gabby Gifford, the shooting in Tucson, and she was a Congress lady, and she's married to Mark Kelly, a twin to Scott Kelly, and they're both astronauts. Well, they're using the twin, and when I was kidnapped at age 2 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given another name of a twin, that's when a lot of money and deals were made, and NASA came into be in the early 50s. And I show a letter from Jack Hartsfield that he sent it for that reason. I've got it, still got it, but it's up on a lot of videos, where he tells about there was a secret police back in when they kidnapped me. Hoover and the FBI were already there. But if there weren't, I don't know what to say other than if it hadn't been for Great Britain and Germany, but some of the FBI, I don't know how it turns out, things change, but they had to have helped me to a degree. But I wanted to read the last one, the Scott Hill, because it differs. I didn't expect it. They come in, this lady picked me up, who's manager, and took me out there. She read me part of the lease that night in the sun, and part of it the next day. Well, I remember her saying too many times that it was, because I asked her, now, if I have to leave, I'm allergic to chemicals, and it makes me look bad if I have to break a lease. She kept saying all I had to do was give her a 30-day lease. And then, here's the difference in this. But there's something amiss here because I hope this comes to an end. My name's cleared and people start paying for their crimes. Because they had, in the little apartment I had, it was antiquated air conditioning. And this is in July, the 15th, I went in there. And I left and gave a 30-day notice, and I left on October the 5th. The notice was supposed to end on the 7th, was given, of October. And I came back here, which I wish to God I hadn't. But then where did I go? It's not going to be any different. But anyway, I had pictures of the mold, and I mean, it was horrible. And other things, some things you couldn't take a picture of, and that's the problem in it. You can't take a picture of fumes and all this that I'm telling. They can stand there and tell me I'm a liar. They're going to lock me up, call you nuts and all that. And it really gets to you. You learn what people are like when they sell their souls to the devil for money. But anyway, at Scott Hill, they were telling me suddenly then that no, leases are with HUD is a year. Well, that's what I thought. That's the reason I kept asking her that. And she said, no, a month. Well, now I start taking the pictures. They won't fix it. They could have fixed it if they wanted me to stay. I knew it was mold, and I left and paid a good bit of money. There's no way back from Clifton Forge. It's small. I came back here again. And then I called her, and I told her, and she says, no, I'll have it fixed if you come back. So I went back, and that was a lie. They never meant for me to stay there, all right? So I stayed, and they were saying, no, you can't break a lease. You'll be charged for the rest of the year if you leave. You can't break it. Well, I just saw a thing on Judge Judy where somebody showed black mold, and Judge Judy's response to her was, well, why did you stay there? Well, I did the right thing. I left in all these cases, but this is hideous. But here's what happened. I thought, oh, God, I don't have money. They'll attach what money I get for the rest of the lease. And I sent the photos, and I had a lot of before and after, so I had all that, where I hadn't been able to get anything before. Because you can see mold and mildew and the rest of the crap that went out there. So I mailed it to the people who manage this, and I mailed it to the media. They're not going to touch anything concerning it, mind control, my kidnapping, anything. Anyway, what shocked me was, guess what? By the way, when I walked out the door to leave that last day, Elizabeth said to me, well, you're going to have to suffer the consequences. You're going to have to pay for the rest of your lease. Well, here's what came back from Scott Hill. Dear Peggy, please find enclosed statement of unit condition and security deposit return form. According to the terms of your lease, you're eligible for a refund of your deposit following a 30-day written notice. Therefore, your deposit has been refunded, less $15 for prorated October meals, which that shouldn't have been taken out either, because I'd already paid for that, for a total of, and so she gives my deposit almost back, if you have any questions, etc., etc. Now then, I'm going to go to this, because in all of this, I have tried so hard, it doesn't do me any good. This is statement of condition, and you get down to here, why I left is not satisfied. Can you believe that? Well, I wasn't satisfied. Would you like to breathe mold and black mold right across your bed, by the way? So